So now we are starting to develop and enhancing this wave of change that we have. And we are going to start by going under and welcoming on the screens the ambassador of Female Wave of Change in the Commonwealth continent of Australia, my sister Mireille Toulekima. However, Mireille, before you share your presentation, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? I don't think everybody that's here know who this powerful woman is. Mireille, over to you.
Thank you so much, Tebelo. And wow, it's really starting really well. So I'm Mireille Toulekima. I'm based in Perth in Australia. I'm one of the ambassadors for Female Wave of Change. And I can tell you, you know, I've been with the organization for 3 years almost, because I started in 2018 and it was not like that. So there's been a lot of work done, and we have such an inspiring group of women, you know, in this organization. It's really refreshing to see what is becoming and to see what's the impact that, you know, we're starting to have around the world. And it's really amazing. So I am an entrepreneur, an engineer, a petroleum engineer by background. So I do a lot of empowerment work focusing on women in non-traditional industry, starting with the energy sector where I have my background, and really working on with women who are in the STEM sector, STEM standing for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So I've been, you know, I have numerous platforms. I'm not going to extend here, but really the main focus on what I'm doing is really creating an impact and making sure everybody that, you know, I come in contact with can understand that they have a power and they can step into their power and step into their greatness. And that's one of the reasons I joined, you know, Female Wave of Change, because of this, you know, a platform that can help women to really believe in themselves and unleashing their power and living to their full potential. So that's about me, I think, at this stage, Tebelo. And so today I'm gonna just complement what, you know, Renee just talked about. So she talked about the Women Leading in Change program. And I was one of the teacher of the first, you know, first batch of first cohort, and I see that the program has evolved. And what we're trying to do here with the Australian team is implement it locally. So there's, you know, we've been working at it for quite some time now to try to find the right, you know, the right way of passing the message and empowering women here locally, starting with Perth and hopefully, you know, translated into the full of Australia. I have through some slides to share. I don't know if Tebelo, I can share it, I think, is that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna share that. So obviously, I mean, this is a tradition we have here in Australia, which is the acknowledgement of country. When we talk about things happening here, or when we talk to an audience. And I really would like to acknowledge that I'm speaking from the traditional lands of the Whadjuk here, which is the Perth region. And I wish to acknowledge and respect, you know, the continuing culture and the contribution that they make to the life of this city and this region. And I pay my respect to all the elders, both past, present, and future. And this is our team. So I'm gonna speak on behalf of them today. We have Susie, Cynthia as ambassador for Australia. And we have 2 wave makers, Caroline and Suzanne. And I'm supporting them based in Perth, but I have more of a regional role. But right now the team is really focused on us 5. So the key focus for us is really to implement the Women Leading in Change local program, not only first in Perth, but in Western Australia, and get it accredited, because what we realize is that, you know, to make sure that we have the support, a lot of organizations, especially women organizations, ask us if, you know, the program is accredited. So that's our focus as well, so that we can really, you know, implement the program and have it roll out all over the country. And obviously to expand, you know, the Australia team first in regional Australia, and also in the Indigenous community, where we think there's a key need for help, you know, to help them to really step into their power, because there's so much knowledge in this community, so much thing that we can learn from, but, you know, we've not been able to get it out. So we really want to have, you know, a presence in the Indigenous community. So when we talked about, you know, obviously and you mentioned it, I think, at the beginning, is having, you know, the global movement and the global women living in change being implemented locally, which means that we had to look at, you know, how taking a program that is done virtually over 10 to 12 weeks and have it implemented here in Perth first, taking into account the reality, the environment. So we came up to different, you know, we've tried different set. And what we realize is that we have to adapt it differently. So we're gonna have, it's gonna be as a workshop. So we're gonna have the program implemented as a workshop, which is a 3-day workshop or a 3-day over several weeks, so that, you know, we can have the right quorum, the right focus, and it's more adapted to, especially for those women who want to join, who are not actually sponsored by any organization. And we've tested it, and we come up to that, you know, to those solutions. And our first, and then we're gonna have obviously something really big at the end of each cohort, which is the celebration and the networking, and have, you know, the different women present and have the certificate, make it really big, as if it was, you know, graduation in an institution and in a university. So that's really how we want to go for it. And we're starting to have traction so far, and that's a good sign. But what we realize is the accreditation thing is really a big one, especially when we want to reach out to sponsors, because we realize that as just Female Wave of Change, it's going to be very difficult at the beginning, because the organization is not really known here. So we're pushing. So our strategy is to run our first cohort, supporting, having support from local sponsors, organization, and university as well. So we've been already talking to the city of Perth, because they are very supportive of new program and new thing coming from overseas, and we really want to have this program push forward, because as, you know, as Renee was saying, it has you know, it has had a big impact on all the women that have actually been, you know, had the chance to be part of to take the program. And we really want to push this wave here in Oceania, starting with Australia and starting with Perth, so that we make sure that, you know, women really play in their leagues and push themselves to their potential. So as far as, you know, the implementation is concerned, so we're going to start with Perth in Q1. So it has been difficult to implement it with the pandemic. We had, you know, different waves of lockdown, especially in the eastern part. And then there's, you know, people are still very cautious. and we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it totally virtually. So we said, okay, we're just going to push it so that we get the woman to actually have a face-to-face, even if we have to do a hybrid, but at least have some face-to-face with the woman and have this impact that we're looking for. And then we're looking at having a cohort really going regional in Western Australia, because a lot of women have not access to, the virtual, and they're not in the big cities. So it's important that we bring them in as well, and so that they get this those skills and get to the point where they can also now understand that their potential is needed, and they really have to push and step into it. And then we're really looking at extending interstate, but as I mentioned, the accreditation is going to be key. And we really want to have this accreditation by the end of next year, so that we can powerfully push the program and empower more women and help more women to discover the leaders that they already are, but that they don't know they are. So that's the key powerful thing that we really want to do. And, that's really all that I had to share. But really what I really want to do is, the best wave of our life, it's still out there. I mean, I know that especially here in Australia, there are some powerful women who don't really know that they are powerful. So we are here as Female Wave of Change to make them, go inside, understand what they are, able to do, and push them to their limit, and so that they can, really start to do things that they should be doing with the potential that they have. And that's why I'm always telling them, make sure you join this big wave that we are creating for you, because it's not for us, it's really for them to empower, themselves and start to create the impact that they need and that they want in their life, and design the kind of environment, design the kind of society, and design the kind of humanity that we need. And as Ingun was mentioning, when women lead, it's humanity who win. So we really want humanity to win with this program. And that's all. I'm done speaking. Tebelo, thank you so much, and all the best, to everyone who's attending the conference.
Wonderful, Mireille. Thank you so much. And you know what I love? I love the fact that in as much as there's a lot of projects and events and opportunities and businesses that you're involved with, but you still have the passion to ensure that this wave grows, in Australia. And by the way, I learned something, that greeting when you started, I thought, oh my God, I need to find a South African greeting. I really loved that. I think that was really just awesome. And what I also love about what you've shared is the fact, and I think this is a challenge that most countries, have been looking at, is the fact that when you implement the program on a local level, it doesn't have to run exactly the same way that the global program has run. You understand the dynamics and the aspects, that you need to be working with in your environment, and you have looked at how, you can customize it for your environment. We also deal with issues of accreditation in our country, and I know in other countries, but what you have done is really, I think, given a lot of us, just a nudge to say, hey, you can do it with, the work, understanding the rules and regulations in the environments that you're in. So we want, on behalf of the organization, I want to wish you and the team and the women that will be participating in the program all the successes as they go out and they learn and they help to grow the wave. We will be checking on the Australia page of the website. Please post on the Australia page of the website, what's happening, so we can be able to share with more people, about these local programs. So thank you so much, Mireille.
You are welcome. Thank you.